Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is the brother I'm Noah Allah from Gemma, Chicago, and I'm gonna go back to another lesson. Alright, quick lesson about what you're seeing here on the news, and I've been also paying attention that over there in the war, in Gaza is entering its coolest phase, right, of Israel's war, all right, and basically what basically just happened is that they just basically completely stopped aiding, right, in the food supply to Gaza, all right. So now you got a lot of children and a lot of people actually starving to death right now over there in Gaza, right? Mainly the Palestinian children, and it's on the mainstream media, so a lot of people are paying attention to this. All right, a lot of children are already dying because of this, uh, of this famine. All right, that which is caused by Esau. All right, because Esau, they're basically giving no aid relief to Gaza. All right, and now you have children that are suffering. All right, children that are dying and suffering and pining away. All right, because of the lack of nutrition that they're not getting. All right, and it's real disturbing too. All right, it's real disturbing. And yeah, we understand through the scriptures that uh, that nobody's innocent. All right, because it tells you that whosoever perish being innocent. All right, because there's a thing called reincarnation. All right, and everybody has been on this earth, multiple times. All right, living in their past lives, and they have to pay for what they have done, right? Especially those who sinned against Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. So now we're here again, living out our new lives, all right? Serving out the judgment that the Lord has laid out for every each and one of us. But yeah, seeing this whole this season to aid Gaza, right? It goes to show you that Esau is one hell of a cruel motherfucker, right? This is the devil that controls the entire earth, all right? Esau is the one that is in control, right? And when you look in the videos, around all those mainstream videos, all right, they're basically showing you that a lot of children are suffering. A lot of them are actually dying too because of the lack of nutrition. All right, this is something that is also going to happen here in the United States as well. All right, it's only just a matter of time. Because now what's happening in the United States is that all the tariffs that have been put into place, especially the 145% tariff against China, has already gone into effect to where businesses are already starting to raise their prices real dramatically. All right, so we're about to experience hyperinflation, and now you have people who can't afford to live. All right, the cost of living is going up. People are struggling to pay, the groceries and the utility bills. All right, so it's already getting bad here in the United States, but they also got a lot of industries that are laying off people. All right, so a lot of people are going broke, here in the United States of America. Right, so it's gonna get real bad out here, right? And what you're seeing is that Esau is basically putting a squeeze on everybody, so that Esau he's gonna be orchestrating chaos, right? There's gonna be a lot of hell here on earth before the Lord returns. But here's Lamentations 4:8. Their visage is blacker than a coal, and they are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaved to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. I'm talking about, those who are pining away, all right, because of the lack of bread, right, the lack of nutrition, all right. When you get skinny, all right, you turn pale, all right. Your skin is cleaving to your bones, and it's a horrible way to go, all right. It says, verse 9, and they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through for the wants, for the want or the fruits of the field, and being slain with hunger is worse than being slain with the sword. Because when you're starving to death, this is slow, painful death. Alright? It's torture. Verse 10, and the hands of the pitiful woman have slaughtered their own children, they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Then yeah, cannibalism is going to come back too. Alright? Especially here in the United States. Alright? Cannibalism is going to really come back. Alright? Because when there's no food out here, right, when them store houses become empty and these people can't eat and shit, they're gonna do things like they have never done before. Alright, they're gonna do some crazy, crazy, crazy shit. Alright, like even eating their own children because of the lack of bread. Alright. But nonetheless, what you see over there happening in Gaza, it's only showing you that, this is also going to happen here in the United States. Alright? It's only a matter of time. But nonetheless, you see a famine over there in Gaza, where, that still makes up prophecies, because, you have wars and rumors of wars going on, or the pestilences are occurring, and now you have, famines, right, in diverse places, which, is caused by Esau, right, to starve out the population, to ultimately have them get on their knees into complying and taking the RFID microchip. But here is Matthew 24:6. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what you're seeing right now. Alright, famines. You have a lot of news sources talking about, you will begin to see empty shelves in the coming months too. Alright, because of the tariffs, taking effect, taking a toll on the U.S. economy. Alright, and people losing their jobs too. Alright, because there is gonna be food, or there's still gonna be food around, but the thing is that as these people are losing their jobs and becoming homeless and stuff, and to the point where trucks can only they're only able to deliver to a certain area, alright. Eventually that's gonna come to a halt because of the lack of supply that's barely gonna come through. Alright. It says, and all these are the beginning of sorrow. So we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble. Or we're entering into the beginning of sorrows. Alright, it's only going to get worse. Second Ezra 16 and Slovakia 15 and 19. The man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but he shall destroy their houses with a sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's right. You know, when there's a lack of bread, when these people are not gonna be able to have enough groceries in them last days, when they're not able to eat and all, they're gonna be breaking into each other's homes for resources, right? And then they're gonna spoil the houses, with the sword, right? A lot of terrible shit is about to happen, right? Well, here's Luke 12 and 49. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, and before Yahweh Shah returns, all right, you already have the fire that is already being set. All right, the fire is already going, and these are the beginning of sorrows that we're about to see. All right, a lot of mass death. All right, that's about to happen. All right, where people are gonna be starving to death and raiding into each other's homes. All right, these pestilences are gonna really uh, are gonna be occurring too. The lockdowns that are about to come into place. Martial law, the checkpoints, the 15-minute cities and shit. All right, these elites, they have a lot. All right, they have a lot that they're gonna have implemented, and it's gonna be some real hell on earth, right? But at the end of the day, the Lord is the one in control of it all, right? So there's gonna be hell on earth before the Lord even returns, right? Well, nonetheless, that was it to the lesson. Hope it was edifying, and shalom.